Hello students, welcome back. Today in this video we are going to learn about straight lines and different equation of straight lines in different forms. Okay, we know a straight line is of the form of a linear equation. Yes, we have learned it before. So a linear equation in the form of ax plus by plus c, where it is also the first degree equation, okay, represents a straight line of the which is of the variables x and y. Okay, so a linear equation represents a straight line, represents an equation of a straight line. Now if we consider as 3 points on the line, and these 3 points are a, b and c, x1 y1, a, b x2 y2, and c x3 y3. Now if we put the values of x, y and z, okay, as x1 y1, then x2 y2 and x3 y3, we can form these 3 equations, okay, each representing the same straight line, because these 3 points satisfy these 3 equations. Okay, that means each point will satisfy this equation. For the point A, first one, for the point B this, and for the point C this. Okay, now on solving this equation 1 and 2, on solving this equation 1 and 2 by the method of cross multiplication, what we can find, okay, after cross multiplication we can have the values of a, b and c as this. Then on putting all these values in equation 3, what we can find, k into this is equal to 0. You can do by yourself also. Now since k is a ratio, the value of these 3 ratios, so it cannot be equal to 0, so we have taken it, this k not equal to 0. So since k is not equal to 0, so the other part is, this part is equal to 0. What it means, that is, this is the condition for these 3 points to be co-linear. So these are the point, this is the condition for 3 points x1 y1, x2 y2 and x3 y3 to be co-linear. Okay, so we can say if 3 points, if you are asked to see if these 3 points are co-linear or not, we can just put in here equal to 0, and if we find is equal to 0, that means we put this way, and if you find equal to 0, then that means those given points are co-linear. Okay, now that means you can express all this, so you can express if a not equal to 0, you can express this way. Okay, you check this all, then b equal to 0, b not equal to 0, sorry, so you can express this in this, and c not equal to 0 you can express this in this form. Okay, now equation of a line parallel to any axis, we know parallel to x-axis, for parallel to x-axis, and then parallel to y-axis. Okay, parallel to x-axis, it will be, we know y is equal to c, y is equal to c is parallel to x-axis, and x equal to c is parallel to y-axis. Okay, these are given here. This x equal to k, instead of k you can take, instead of c you can take k. So what we can do, so that means this b will be equal to 0, so x is equal to c by a, so this minus c by a we can take it as k. So it is a line parallel to y-axis. When this k is positive, remember it is on the right hand side of the y-axis, and when k is negative, then it will be on the left hand side of the y axis. Same way, y equal to h taken, it is parallel to x axis. When it is positive, it will be above the origin, and when it is negative h, it is below the origin. Okay, this one, these two. Okay, lines, equation of a line parallel to the x-axis and y-axis, that means both the axes. Now you will have various forms of equations of straight lines. First is equation of a line passing through a given point. So if you take the point to be a, x1 y1, we can find the equation of that line. How? We have learned in our previous video, where 2 points we can find the gradient of a line when 2 points on the line are given. Say on the line are given, say x1 y1 and x2 y2. We had m equal to what it was, m equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. It was like this. Now we'll take the same concept here. Look at here, we are given 1 point a, we have taken, this is the inclination of the line, and what we'll do, we'll take that conception and we'll take another point p x comma y. So that means we have 2 points here. So that means gradient we can write, gradient is equal to y minus, instead of y2 we have y, and instead of x2 we have x. So what we can write here, m is equal to y minus y1 divided by x minus x1. So on transposition transposing it, we can write y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1, which is also known as the equation of a line. Okay, this is in 1 point form. Same way, you can also find the equation of a line passing through 2 given points. Same way we will apply here. Okay, the same conception will apply. Here we have taken B as 1 point and A as another point. 2 points, A and B as 2 points. What you have done, we have taken another point P between them, okay, or on the line. So what we will do here, we will find the gradient of this PB and PA. Now if you see, this is the same straight line, so the gradient of both AP and PB are same. Okay, and we know how to find the gradient if 2 points are given. So gradient of AP is equal to gradient of AB. Yes, here you have taken AP and AB. So AP and then AB. Okay, the gradients are same. You can take AP and PB also like that, but instead of that one we have taken AB and AP. So same way, AB and the gradient of AP, PB and AB, they will be same. So we'll take AP and entire AB. What will have? The gradient of AP will be equal to gradient of AB. So we have put the values here. Y minus y1 is equal divided by x minus x1 equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, which we can write this way also. So this is the equation of a line passing through 2 points. So it is 2 point form. 2 points are given, so 2 point form. 1 point was given, then we had 1 point form. Okay, then we have some examples here. Then we have equation of a straight line in gradient form. So how to find the equation of a line in gradient form? We have different forms, equation of a straight line in different forms. First one we'll learn in gradient form. For this, what you have to do, look at here, we need that line, so we have taken this line as AB, where P is a point, here P is a point. Okay, then we have drawn a perpendicular to the x-axis, and then we have drawn a parallel, or we can say MN perpendicular to AB. This, it was P, so P and maybe R, yes, PR. This is perpendicular, this is another perpendicular parallel to x-axis, so that means this angle and this angle are equal, corresponding angles. Okay, now look at here, this point P is x comma y. The inclination is this theta is the inclination of that line, of this line AB, where M will be the gradient. We'll take M as the gradient. Now look at here, this one from here to here, it is taken as C. So, and this point M is on the y-axis, so the coordinate of this point will be 0 comma C. So the point P is x comma y, and this is 0 comma C. So we got 2 points on the straight line AB. Now we can apply the same thing here. Yes, so what you can take, it is written here, all the writing you see, pxy is taken, then this is m theta, all you read out this all. Okay, then you will see, instead of writing this one, you can directly, instead of going this to this tan theta, you can directly write using this one, m is equal to, now we know y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Here, instead of this y2 minus y1, what you have, y2 is y, and y1 was c, and x we have, but it was, the coordinate was 0 comma c, so it is 0. So it will become y is equal to, m is equal to y minus c by x. On transposing, what will have, if you can understand, see, because the points were, this one is c comma 0, 0 comma c, it was 0 comma c, m, the point m, and this was x comma y, so y minus c and x minus 0. Okay, so what we have, on putting this one, we have this as y equal to mx plus c. This is known as the equation of a line in gradient form, or we can say equation of a line in slope intercept form, gradient form or slope intercept form. When c equal to 0, now if you take c, this equal to 0, it will become y equal to mx. So this will be a line which will pass through the origin. Okay, when c equal to 0, y equal to mx is the line which passes through the origin. And remember, when m equal to 1, theta will be equal to 45 degree, because m equal to tan theta, m equal to tan 45 degree. Tan 45 degree is equal to 1, so that means m will become 1. When m becomes 1, y is equal to x. That means it passes through the origin. And it will be at an angle 40 or 45 degree. Okay, now when theta is equal to 0 degree, and then theta is equal to 90 degree, when theta is equal to 0 degree, m will be 0, and when theta is equal to 90 degree, m will be undefined. So we'll come back to it. So when theta is equal to 90 degree, we cannot express the equation of a line, okay, in gradient form. It is also known as the intercept gradient form of a line. So when theta is equal to 0 degree, now look at it, when theta is equal to 0 degree, theta becomes equal to 0, so this will be the line. Yes, theta becomes 0, that means it will itself be the x axis. Okay, that is why it is written here, you see. So, or we can say it may not be x axis, it reduces to y equal to c, that means parallel to x axis. Okay, we'll take it as parallel to x axis. Even it is on the x axis also, it is parallel to x axis, so it will be of the form y equal to c, which is an equation parallel to x axis. Then we have equation of a line in intercept form. In intercept form you have to remember, intercept, when it said intercept, that means this line intersects both the axes. Okay, and these points are given a comma 0, b 0 comma b, like this. Okay, if you see this one is the point a comma 0, and this one is the point b 0 comma b. Simply you have to put the value. That means 2 points, we have 2-point form. You can use the 2-point form and put the value. So what will have? This one. What will have? This one. So on doing this, final one will be x by a plus y by b is equal to 1. So this is the equation of a line in intercept form. And what we have done, we have used the 2-point form. 2-point form, you remember, if you can remember the 2-point form. 2-point form, and this one was the 2-point form. Okay, we have just put the value. B it was 0 comma b, and a it was a comma 0. Just put the value of this one is x1 y1 you can take, and this one x2 y2 you can take. Just put the value. Okay, and what will have? This one. It will form an equation. This equation will be the equation of a line in intercept form. That means this part, below part is the x-intercept, and this one a will be the x-intercept and b will be the y-intercept, is equal to 1. And one more thing given, if the line is parallel to any of the axes. Now if the line is parallel to any of the axes, that means it will not cut both the axes. So that means it cannot express it in the, it cannot be expressed in the form of, in the intercept form, if the line is parallel to any of the axes. Okay, then we have equation of a line in normal form. Equation of a line in normal form. Normal, same way we have, but what we will do, we will draw a perpendicular to this line, and this ON is known as the normal. Okay, normal, MAL, normal. It is denoted by this small p, and this, if you see, this alpha is the inclination of this normal. Okay, now on looking at it, you can see we can find the value of, from this triangle ONL, right angle triangle ONL, we can find the value of cos alpha. Yes, same way we can find the value of sin alpha also. Okay, that means what we are going to do, we are going to find the value of this OL and OM, because by intercept form we can express in this way, x by a plus y by b equal to 1. So x by a was this one, and this one. Yes, OA and OM. OA, not OA, OL, and from here to here it is OL, and from here to here it is OM. So we have to find the value of OM and OL and OM, and that is why we have applied this trigonometry. Okay, on doing this one we got the value. Okay, then we put the value, and what we can see on writing this one, these are the reciprocals. So sec a we can write cos alpha, sorry, and sec alpha, cos alpha, then 1 by cosec alpha, sin alpha we can write. So p will go on that side, so it will be equal to p. So the equation of a line in normal form is x cos alpha plus y sin alpha equal to p. Okay, it is given if the value of cos alpha is if the value of x is cos alpha, so it will become cos square alpha, and if the value of y is sin alpha, then it will become sin square alpha. So cos square alpha plus sin square alpha equal to 1. This is the, we have got this one identity in general maths. Okay, now it is given a p is the length of the perpendicular from the origin upon the line, and alpha is the inclination of the perpendicular ON. If alpha is equal to 0, x, it reduces x to x equal to p. X will become equal to p, so the line will be parallel to y axis. Okay, when alpha is equal to 0, that means it will reduce to x equal to p, and it will become, this line AB will become parallel to y axis, and when it is alpha is equal to 90 degree, it reduces to y equal to p, and it will be parallel to x axis. Alpha is equal to 0 degree, it will be parallel to x axis. This will be equal to 0 degree, so it will be parallel to x axis, and this will become 90 degree, so it will be parallel to y axis. Okay, like this, that will be equal. So this is the way we have to do. And then now we'll learn about the transformation of a general equation of a straight line into different forms, different standard forms. What we got? Gradient form, intercept form, and normal form. So general form we know, this is ax plus by plus c equal to 0. So first one, to gradient form, it's very easy. We just transpose ax plus by plus c equal to 0. We need in the form y equal to mx plus c. So you transpose this a on other side. Okay, all on other side, c will also go on other side. What it will become? It will become like this. So if you see this one, y, it is of the form y equal to mx plus c, where m equal to this one minus a by b, and c equal to minus c by b. It is written here. Where, so m will be equal to this minus a by b, so this is the gradient of the line, and y is the this c equal to, c was the y intercept. If you could remember, c was the y intercept. It was like this. Yes, so this part, this one was c from here to here. Okay, so it was the y intercept. Yes, so y intercept will be equal to minus c by a, and gradient of a line will be m equal to minus a by b. Any line you can represent. Here it is given 2x minus this one, it is represented in this form, where this is the gradient and this is equal to c. So gradient of a line is 2 by 3, and y intercept is minus 5 by 3. This is the way. Then we, in intercept form, it is also again easy. Just transpose it. We just need in the form x by a plus y by b equal to 1. We have to just transform it. Okay, this is the way it is transformed. So what we got? X by minus c by a plus y by minus c by b equal to 1. So it means it is in the form x by alpha plus y by beta equal to 1, where alpha is equal to minus c by a, and beta is equal to minus c by b. This is the in the intercept form. Okay, this is the x intercept and this is the y intercept of that line. It is given here. You see, this one is expressed in the form this one, where this is x intercept, this is y intercept. Intercepts are minus 7 by 2 and 7 by 3. Then final one, in the normal form. Now normal form is a bit different, where you need the value of p. So we know normal form, it is generally of the form x cos alpha plus y sin alpha is equal to p, where p is the length of the perpendicular, length of the normal. Okay, drawn to the perpendicular, or drawn to the hypotenuse from the origin. Okay, drawn to the line, we can say. So if you look at here, x cos alpha, now this, because this number 1 and 2, which one was 1? This one is 1 and this one is 2. They are the same straight line, they represent the same straight line. So comparing the coefficients, what we can have, a by cos alpha, b by sin alpha is equal to minus c by p, and which were taken to be equal to k. Now for that we got the values of a, b and c. Now what they did, they found out this a square plus b square. Now when they did it, they got equal to k square, and k is equal to plus minus root over of a square plus b square. Then what they did, they put they substitute the value of k there, and what they got the value of sin alpha, cos alpha and p. So the value of cos alpha was this one, the value of sin alpha was this one, and the value of p is equal to plus minus c root over of a square plus b square. Remember why we have taken this plus minus will be helpful, because we'll always try to keep this value always positive, because it is the normal. So if the value of c is negative, say depending on the value of c, that means this entire minus c, if it becomes negative, then we'll take this plus minus s, we'll take minus, so minus and minus will become positive. Now if the value of this minus c is positive, okay, so if the value of minus c is positive, so we'll take this as plus, so we'll keep this p always positive. Depending on that one, we'll take plus or minus. Okay, so this is the equation of a line in the normal form. So just what they did, they substituted the value of cos alpha, sin alpha and p. Okay, so this p equal to this is the length of the perpendicular, and it is always positive. Okay, we always keep this right hand side as positive, and we choose the appropriate sign from this term. Either it will be positive or negative. Okay, so what we have to do, in order to transform, we just have to shift the constant term to our right hand side, and then divide both sides by this root over of plus minus root over of a square plus b square. Okay, see, normal form, yes, normal form. See, 3x minus 2y plus 5, this 5 is transposed, and then a square plus b square means a is this one and b is this one. So what do you got? Plus minus 13. Now if you look at here, this c was negative, this entire part is negative. Okay, so that is why, so denominator what you have to take, we have to keep this right hand side positive. So what we have to take, as above it was already minus 5, so here also we need another minus, so both this will make it positive. So it is expressed in this form. Okay, this one. So this is in the normal form. We can write this one as this one, where cos alpha and sin alpha is this one. Okay, and length of the perpendicular is this one. They can find the inclination also, inclination of that line of that normal, by finding out this tan alpha. Okay, so some examples are given. We'll go through the examples, then we'll head on to the exercise. Okay, thank you so much. Go through this video and just try to understand. Thank you.